Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, hello, it's the Dreadpirate once again. And this is Jon, Starkiller's brother, who I make fun of in every video we do. And he's here today, and he wants in on this thing. And we have a baby in the background.
Yes, honey. Hello, everybody. This is JP, Jon Prophecy, and I'm with the Dreadpirate over here. And welcome to the Bro Show.
Or Pirate Radio, but apparently we're changing the name. At least the Facebook version will be known as the Bro Show. All right, so you texted me in the middle of the night and wanted to talk about superheroes and what you think the best superheroes are. So I had to make a list, which is really rushed. He's already given me shit for it. But we're like, also like, he's very specific on like what his limitations were going to be. Like I couldn't do animated stuff. I couldn't use B movies. So
but you still started picking something.
I'm very upset.
I just want to put that out there.
I'm very upset that Meteor Man's not on my list. You know, he's like, like, you know, like I think Meteor Man should be on my list.
I told you we'll do the list of the worst people on another podcast.
Meteor Man's not the worst. Meteor Man's not the worst as long as Prince of Space is out there. Your weapons will have no effect on me or my ship for an hour and a half.
B movies have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Okay, no B movies, no animated stuff, which hurt me because I really wanted to put Kevin Conroy on my list for Batman. That's why
I know you did.
You'll notice.
I didn't even need a crystal ball to know that he wanted to put Kevin Conroy on there.
Yeah.
So I said no villains because I know he was going to try to throw Mark Hamill in there.
Technically, dude, Mark Hamill is like Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker's technically a superhero if you think about it. He's got superpowers. He's a hero. You know. And
yeah,
like,
so...
I mean, well, yeah, like, okay. You said you also no villains. No villains. So
in today's connotation, yes. But, I mean, when Star Wars was released, like, 40 years ago...
I mean, if I really want to be...
It wasn't, you know, necessarily a comic book.
I mean, if I really want to be an asshole, I can just put, like, you know, like characters that are completely inappropriate here from the list. You know, I could put Travis Bickle on the list from Taxi Driver. You know, from a certain perspective, he's a hero. From a certain subset of
this people. List is supposed to be our top 10 that we both consider to be the greatest superhero portrayals by actors on the silver screen. So we're not talking about B movies. We're not talking about made-for-TV movies. We're not talking about miniseries or
nothing I wanted to include. So just movies, and
just the good guys.
Just the good guys. Honorable mentions. Let me talk about Loki because I didn't put Loki. I almost put Loki on my list on the grounds that he was a hero about halfway through Thor Ragnarok and at the beginning of Avengers: Infinity War. So it's like, you know, on that grounds. He died fighting. Spoiler alert. He died fighting for Asgard. He died a hero.
You haven't seen Infinity War yet?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Yeah, exactly.
You should have already seen it.
Sorry. Yeah, what the fuck's wrong? Okay, so I guess we'll like a preface, like when we get to my list. Okay, so he gave me like months in preparation because he'd been talking about he wanted to do this for a long time. So I have no real excuse, but I'm going to make him anyway. But then he sprang this on me last night. So
I had to take matters in my own hands.
Right.
Procrastination was building up like the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, I'm doing many things right now. Many, and they're all fabulous and very Toreador vampire. But there's just a lot of them. There's a lot. Yeah. I had to upload a D&D game nobody cares about. I had important things to do. That's why I haven't. Anyway, so this is a somewhat rushed list, but I also started thinking about it that like basically it's like
we'll go line for line. So you're gonna do.
We are going to go line. Okay. We are going to go line for line, but I just want.
It sounded like you were ready to just like spit them all off.
No. I want you to go first. Actually, I want you to go first. I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna do the last. I want to do the last number one, so we can fight.
Well, yeah,
that's fine. But basically okay. So what I'm trying to say is all this hemming and hawing. I need to hurry up. My list is a little rushed, but I felt like, you know, there's a lot of good competition, and so like anything he says, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah, because I started thinking about it as like, well, should I put like some more classic superhero movie characters, which there will be noticeably not a whole lot of. Should I put more recent stuff? I just felt like there's a lot of really good choices. in terms of comic book superheroes in live action today. I almost put some Sin City stuff on here. There's a lot of good things, and there's just like I really feel like seriously go in the comment section and list off your favorites, and I'll probably say yeah, it's a good choice.
Definitely want you guys' feedback. Let us know who your favorites are.
Smash that like button and comment and subscribe and things like that. You know, all that good stuff. And talk about it because we're also on Facebook, so we're going to be talk to us there. But you're also going to notice a bias with my list that I don't think you're going to see on his list, it should be probably apparent by like number 3. So let's get started. Number 10 for John.
So number 10, I felt, and actually was the only female entry of mine. But I'm sure with newer movies, we'll start seeing greater actresses in these roles. Is Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? It's number 10.
You want to elaborate why she's so good? Like it's a podcast, sir. We got some time to fill. Talk about your entry.
I totally concur. So the reason why I picked her, and I actually was on the lines of picking Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch, was because Wonder Woman had been done before, but it was on TV, and I'm glad that when DC decided to actually put a Wonder Woman on the screen, that they went with this young lady. She really does embody Princess Diana. If you're into the comic books and have read the comic books before, she also has that physical appeal of what Wonder Woman should look like. She adds a sense of realism to it. Have you seen the first Wonder Woman movie where the romance situation is going on? Also, she portrays the fish out of water story very well, with a little bit of humor when she comes into planet Earth during the World War II era. The Wonder Woman movie was very good in my opinion. One of the best from the, let me see if I'm saying it right, DECU?
DCEU.
DCEU.
It's one of the only good ones from the DCEU.
I concur. So, was not a fan of Batman vs. Superman whatsoever. But yes, I definitely think she shined in every movie that she's been in as Wonder Woman and deserves to be on this list. So Eddie, who did you put as number 10?
I wanted to elaborate further on what you said first of all. That's like, I'm not a big DCEU fan, but I feel like one of the things that actually works about the DCEU is her. I think Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman actually is very good. It's like she's one of the few things I think is compelling to watch and whatnot. And we're getting. Do we have? No, we don't. Gal Gadot is one of the few things that is very compelling about the DCU. I think like her performance as Wonder Woman is very good. She has the look. She carries herself very, very well. And I think she's one of the few like anything she's in, even like Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't that good, but it's like she's working with it. She's working with it and telling a Wonder Woman story. It's one of the few things that feels like I'm actually watching a decent adaptation of it, especially for the modern age. It feels like, especially in terms of like big budget. Blockbuster type things. It's like she's like the Wonder Woman. I've argued should have been like the Iron Man of the DCU. I feel like instead of focusing on Batman and Superman, focus on like they had the opportunity with like the Christopher Nolan Batmans to like make that their Iron Man and really get the jumping off from that point, and they never really took advantage of it. I feel like okay, well then next time around, Wonder Woman, focus on that and should be good to go. Okay,
I agree.
Yeah. As for my number 10. I have Falcon / Captain America from the MCU and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, played by Anthony Mackie. And I picked him largely because of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, honestly. Even though we said no TV shows, he's a movie character first. And
a lot of movies.
Right. A lot of movies, and the TV is also expanding his role in the movie. Anthony Mackie, I think, has been a joy since Captain America: Winter Soldier to watch. It's just kind of this buddy of Cap's. I think he's very compelling. He's just kind of a normal guy. He's a soldier. His only real thing that he has going for him is he's like a special operations guy. He's like, hey, we got this flight suit for you. It's like, and there's a touch of realism there that he's he's kind of a special soldier. He's got a little bit of gear, but he's a normal guy. That resonated with me really well. Just a good military person, and on top of that, he helps soldiers. Like right off the beginning, he helps soldiers that are dealing with PTSD. He helps them recover, and he's always been there, and he's always been there to help out just through all the Marvel stuff. And we really got to see him expanded upon and developed in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where he went through this process of like he's not worthy of being Cap. It's like it's not his thing. He feel like what's great about that is like that whole thing is like it feels like Bucky's the guy with the damage, and Bucky's the guy that needs to be like to kind of be rehabilitated. But then he kind of realizes there's something about the American dream he doesn't quite get, or he doesn't like that he does feel is kind of effed up, and it's like he really comes into his own by the course of the series as Captain America, and it really resonated with me. A lot of this list is basically going to be how I feel about the character and how I feel now. So if there's a certain bias that should be apparent by number 3, it's going to be, all I can say is no, you're right, and all those choices are really good. This is how I'm feeling at this moment. So yeah.
To comment, because I really don't have a discord with Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie is a great actor.
Right.
If you've seen him, he played Tupac. He's been in several other movies. He's been a joy in everything I've watched him in. And I was excited to see him in Captain America Winter Soldier, which I think was one of Marvel's best movies. It was really gritty. It was really down to earth. And very realistic. Felt like the Bourne Identity, but the Marvel universe version of it. It was great.
Spies are superheroes.
He added some definite comedic flair to it, some realism, because this guy pretty much is like Eddie was saying, just a normal dude, and he just has a backpack with some wings on it, and he really takes popsicle sticks and sandpaper and makes this great character so much that now there's a TV show. So I definitely give credit for him. I think he definitely would give Wonder Woman a run for her money.
See, I also think, especially at the end of Endgame too, it's like I wasn't crazy about them making him Captain America in the comics. And of course, your brother has argued with me about this. Bless you. Your brother's argued with me about this many times, and like pointed out, like especially like the earlier stuff was pretty good. It was like when Nicholas Spencer kind of took over, things kind of got dumb. But like I really wasn't kind of feeling how that arc eventually went. And then, but like at the end of Endgame, it's like when Cap gives him the shield, I'm like, it's going to be different this time. And it was like, and it really, by the end of it, it's like I believed, yeah, he's Captain America now. I was totally, and he did a really good job. So it's like it really sold me on. That's why I felt like I got to pick Falcon. So I almost picked Winter Soldier in place of it. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of I should have picked this. I should have picked that. But he only gave me 10. I only have 10 choices. So.
We wanted the very best.
As we say in the Navy, only 10 push-ups, which I can't do because I'm fat. Number 9.
Number 9. So I went back in time, over almost 20 years, to the first X-Men. This character here, to me, could only be played by one person. And originally, when this character was drawn on a comic book, Stan Lee had one person in mind when Jack Kirby was drawing this person. That's Yul Brynner. Obviously, we're talking about the 1960s here, and I think Yul Brynner would have did a great job playing this person. Of course, Yul Brynner was the inspiration for this person, but who is the Yul Brynner of our age? And the person who embodied it and just absolutely nailed it, crushed it, was Mr. Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Stewart. You know what? If he got knighted just for that performance, I'm okay with it. Just for that alone, hands down. I can't even think of Professor X without Patrick Stewart anymore. It just doesn't. When they were going to cast X-Men, I said, if they don't cast Patrick Stewart, I'm not going to see this.
Well, and again, Patrick Stewart's a very good choice, and it's like, as we know, you love Star Trek so much.
So I think Star Trek, and a lot of you are going to be pissed off. I think Star Trek really falls short on a lot of things. Patrick Stewart was not one of them.
Agreed. Yeah. He's definitely a good choice. We might see him later on my list. Yeah, Patrick Stewart is like the only person to play Xavier. Well, no, he's not. It's like but he's one of the best. It's like I think special commendation to James McAvoy. I think James
McAvoy's great.
James McAvoy is a very good young Xavier and
phenomenal.
I'm a big fan of his, especially I like him in Split. I saw him years before in Children of Dune as Duke Leto II, like the God Emperor Duke Leto II, where he's amazing. He does an excellent job in that, and it's like, and like a lot of certain things I kind of wish like the X-Men movies had become part of the MCU. I had like this idea in my head of like Apocalypse like forcing him to speak to the world and all the Avengers standing up and hearing it, and then he's like, and then he tells like Apocalypse to screw himself. It's just like I always felt he would be really good, but at the end of the day, I had to go with my captain. I had to go with Captain Picard, and he's a Shakespearean level actor. He's perfect. He's great as Picard. He's great as Xavier. He has that gravitas for it, and he's definitely worthy. And we might see him later on my list. I just didn't put him at number 9. Who I picked Scarlet Witch by Elizabeth Olsen, and again, similar to Anthony Mackie as Falcon. This is kind of has to do with they started in a movie and then like it kind of upped the ante later on with a TV series. So it's again I've been really digging WandaVision, but even before that, I feel like she's one of the more interesting female superheroes to come out of the MCU. I love Black Widow. But I think what really sold me for it, I think, was Endgame, where it's like she's like out of all the women that started like when we had the little girl power moment, but then Scarlet Witch shows up, and it's like step aside, you've taken everything from me. Who are you? Like I don't even know who you are. You will, and she just like goes full decimation. Like Dark Phoenix on Thanos. It's just like just the raw rage is just really good.
Yeah, she killed it. Let me tell you that for me, when she starts confronting Thanos, and really at that point she was whooping Thanos' ass.
Yeah,
Thanos was like, "Oh fuck!" And then he's like, "Kill my people, kill everybody, rain fire, get me out of this now."
Yeah, I mean, it's like there was all this hemming and hawing over Captain Marvel at the time. It was just like Scarlet Witch. I'm fine with Scarlet Witch beating Thanos. It's like he fucking deserves it. It's just like you killed Vision. Yeah. Killed Vision. You're getting fried. Chaos magic.
So Elizabeth Olsen did a phenomenal job. I totally agree with that. Do I think she's better than Patrick Stewart at number 9? No.
I have reasons for
but yeah, I just
later.
don't think that she's got Patrick Stewart as number 9, and I'm still seeing
later in my list. You'll see.
Anthony Mackie, Wonder Woman. I could probably give you number 10. Okay. Anthony Mackie, probably. All right. But I definitely don't see her against Patrick Stewart.
My choice for her being at number 9 will be more clear as we go along. But yeah, like
I can tell you, it's 2 letters. What? Yeah, marinate on that one. So
I don't even know what he just did.
The next one is a complete absolute.
Was that TV?
Yes.
What? Wow. Why are you doing it? Why are you? Are you Doctor Doom from? Are you Doctor Doom from like the Roger Corman Fantastic Four? Are you gonna do like 24 for yourself? You have 24.
So we're definitely going to do the worst actors, but that's not this.
And that
podcast.
Movie's not on it for me. I love that movie. I love that movie. I'll knife fight you.
I didn't watch it, but I might watch it just to put that on there.
Dude, you should watch it, and you should watch the other Fantastic Four movies first, and then watch that one. That one will look better. I swear to Roger. Say what you will about Roger Corman, he can put a movie together. Yeah. Tim Story and Van Voorst.
So the next one is
okay. One more thing on Scarlet Witch. So, like, part of the reason why I picked Scarlet Witch is I think it has a lot to do with Annette Olsen and how transformative an actress she is.
Her name
a lot of
is
that.
Elizabeth
Olsen. We talked about this before. I keep on calling her Annette for some reason. I don't know. Why do I call her Annette?
I don't know. Did you date an Annette?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I keep Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen is just like I love watching her. I love watching and like kind of the levels she goes to. It's like, again, I feel the WandaVision is just this kind of like Joshua talked about it, where basically it's essentially the movie is about dealing with grief and the various stages of it and kind of her working out this whole issue.
Okay, we're sticking to movies. Here you go again.
Okay, it doesn't. She's a freaking movie character that's great on TV. Ha ha ha. Yeah, so it still counts.
No,
it still counts.
We're talking only the movies.
No, it's bullshit. Because then I can't put Falcon on the list. She started off in the movies and then she expanded in TV. Yeah, that's part of it. She's still great. No, not your turn to talk. So anyway, should we get to see this expansion of her going through this process of grief, and it's like and just seeing her switch through various different roles and kind of expressing on the stage. It's she's very interesting visually to watch, and it's just
visually or physically.
Well, both, but I'm really.
I just want to put that out there.
I'm talking. Well, she's hot, but it's like. But I'm really talking more as an actress. I'm really talking more of just like I sold the. She just. It spoke to me. I root for her. I get like. I don't think I've never really been that big of a Scarlet Witch fan in the comics before. I like the character.
I wonder why, because this is just so compelling.
Yeah, it's like, but especially talking to like your brother, or I've met people at conventions who like really love the character. It's like it kind of. Because I liked the character, but I feel like I've become more of a bigger.
She never did anything for me in the.
Yeah, I feel like movie wise, I've become more of a fan, and that's why I picked her. And I've been going on for 10 minutes about this, and I apologize. Number 8.
All right, so the next one I think was a great embodiment of a character who's the anti-hero, but still falls in the superhero, especially in the movies. We have 2 movies. Completely focused on this person. He's the star of it, and this one actor completely brought this character to life.
Eddie Murphy's Meteor Man. Sorry, no.
And that wasn't even Eddie Murphy.
Wait,
it wasn't.
It wasn't Eddie Murphy.
It wasn't.
Who was Meteor Man?
I don't even remember the actor's name, but it
sure
wasn't Eddie Murphy.
I'm gonna look it up.
You can look it up.
I'm sorry, bad joke.
I'm sorry,
bad joke.
It was not Eddie Murphy.
Pretty sure it was. Go
ahead. With that being said, this character had the physical appearance, had the wisecracking delivery. It's great to watch. I hope definitely cross over into the MCU. It's going to be Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. And if he's not on your list, there's definitely something wrong with you.
Okay. You want to go into more detail, or are you done?
I'm
looking at Meteor Man.
So you can tell me why Deadpool isn't... deserves to be on a top 10 list.
He does deserve to be on the top.
Anybody who agrees with me, please, thumbs up right now. If Deadpool is not on your top 10 list, Ryan Reynolds, there's definitely something wrong with you.
Is that Eddie Griffin?
It's not Eddie Murphy.
No, it's Robert Townsend.
Yes. It's not Eddie Murphy.
I could have sworn it was Eddie Robert.
No. Yeah, who's Robert Townsend? Nobody knows.
Directed by Robert. Wait, star? Yeah, okay. Huh. He directed and acted in it?
He probably took out his own money. Who knows?
Wow.
It was horrible.
Wait. He also directed Eddie Murphy Raw, though. Okay. Deadpool. Good choice. Good choice. I think it's an excellent choice for number 8. Deadpool's awesome. Ryan Reynolds killed it, and is always awesome to watch as Deadpool. I think it's an excellent choice. I'm not really going to argue with you on this because it's like, no. I think he's not on my list because it was like I was wrestling with it. Should I put Deadpool on or should I put it was like, and I really had to go with what I wanted at the time or what I felt at the time. But I felt like, he's great. Ryan Reynolds is excellent, and we will be seeing him in the MCU, and it'll be awesome. So I'm down for that.
Fantastic.
Now, I noticed though that we didn't have the same choices, but we had kind of similar choices because my number 8 is Rocket Raccoon, played by Bradley Cooper for the voice and Sean Gunn for the
You're
mocap.
Nuts. Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon?
Yeah.
That's a hand puppet.
No, it's not.
It's a hand puppet.
CGI.
It's a hand puppet.
No, it's CGI.
It's a hand puppet.
It's CGI.
Hey, I'm
Correct.
Rocket Raccoon. Hey, you guys, you know what?
Correct my stupid friend in the comments that it's CGI. It's not a hand puppet.
It's a hand puppet.
Okay.
I mean, because
did you get that? Did you get your hand up that computer-generated image that doesn't exist in the
No, but I put it up your computer-generated rectum.
I don't see how that has to do with anything, sir. I don't see how that
exactly. I don't see exactly how you can talk about an actor's performance. No disrespect to Bradley Cooper, but you're gonna say that this guy is better than Patrick Stewart. You're gonna say he's better than Elizabeth Olsen. You're going to say he's better than Anthony Mackie. You're going to say he's better than Gal Gadot. You're going to tell me his, hey guys, is better than all these people.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to know what drugs you were on when you wrote this.
The reason why, first of all, it's two actors. It's Bradley Cooper doing the voice and the character of it, but it's also Sean Gunn doing the mocap and all the physical.
Well, then that should be a disqualification because that's two actors playing one person.
You didn't put that stipulation in.
I didn't think you were that crazy enough to put a two-person in there.
You can't just make up rules on the fly, sir.
I'm not making up rules.
This isn't best of the worst.
Listen, I'm not negating it, and everybody feel free to chime in, but to me, that's cheating. If you have two people playing one person, that's cheating.
No, it's not cheating. It is basically...
Explain how it's not cheating.
It's not cheating
so
because...
if me and you were in a race...
Oh, can I talk? Can I talk at some point? Okay. Yeah, it's not cheating because it's like you didn't... First of all, you didn't lay stipulation... you didn't lay that down initially that I couldn't have...
for normal people.
Yeah, no. There's a reason to pick this character. You didn't actually lay that down in the parameters here. That I can't have a CGI character or like a mocap.
You can have a CGI character. I did not lay that down because you can have a CGI character. I'm okay with that.
So naturally.
Because we both pick a CGI character later on.
Since CGI characters are basically done through mocap work and voice acting and have more than one person working on them, then obviously that works. Obviously that's a go. So by your parameters, sir, it is not illegal. Second of all, this is a thing that goes all the way back to when we were using puppets. One of my favorite characters of all time is Hoggle from Labyrinth, who was done by a little person doing the physical, the voice done by Brian Henson, or I think it might have been Brian Fratt. More than one person basically put that character together, and it was an awesome animatronic / puppet performance of that character, and it really sold the character for Labyrinth.
David Bowie was definitely high when he made that. Just putting that out there.
It was the 80s, but I mean, I think he was...
Everybody was high.
Yeah, I think he was as well together as possible. Yeah. He might have something that's to make the...
All right, let's move on.
That's very distracting. I'm not done talking about Rocket, sir. The Bradley Cooper did a very funny and powerful performance as Rocket Raccoon. It was like he was hilarious. It's like it works on a comedy level, much like the way Deadpool does, where you have this kind of badass character who's ridiculous because it's a fucking raccoon with a laser gun, but at the same time he's very loud and animated and fun. He feels something I could connect to, where he's like. A little bit, but it was the part of the works about the Guardians of the Galaxy for me is it's kind of this weird group of friends that I could see in my own circle of friends at the time, and even now, even though it's a different group of people, where it's just the loud.
I'm not the raccoon, right?
I thought I was the raccoon. I'm the loud argumentative.
Thank you.
I'm the loud argumentative one that seals batteries I don't need. You know, I feel like I could connect to that.
It gets us all in trouble.
Exactly.
I totally agree.
Yeah, you know, it's like who's Groot? Who's Groot out of? This might be different circles of friends. This might be because I don't know who Groot would be. Groot might be Alex, who's I role play with. But he's gonna hate me for calling him Groot.
Hopefully he's not as big as Groot because he'll whoop your ass.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, definitely not in game. His catchphrase in my role playing games is "I don't want to die here." It's great. He's just like I eat his characters for breakfast. Anyway, but I like that you managed to make me care and feel sympathy for a raccoon. Is what it boils down to. Is like this. He has a tragic backstory where he was like tortured or genetically engineered and turned into this thing he didn't want to be. He's an alcoholic. He pushes people away and yet wants people, and it connects. He connects with the other troublemaker character in the second movie that he's in, which may also make an appearance on my list. And it really sold it. I love it, and I love Ryan Reynolds. He's great, but Deadpool 2 had Rusty Collins as the main villain, so I'm sorry. I got to go with Rocket. I got to go with my spirit animal, which is a raccoon, John.
So I don't think that's fair to judge Ryan Reynolds' performance because you didn't like the villain in the second Deadpool.
It isn't fair. It isn't fair.
And that's like hogwash.
I agree totally with your choice as Ryan Reynolds. I think, yeah, that's like, again, I'm not really, I don't want to really beef like on the list because it's like, I mean, that's part of what we're going to do anyway, but it's like, I feel a little closer. You're off screen. There you go. Very good. Like, I mean, no, I think Ryan Reynolds is great. He's an excellent performance, but I had to go with what I felt was the greatest performance out of number 8 last night while I was at work wandering around a housing complex, confused and tired. So, you know, the raccoon wins.
So for CGI, I'm going to have to say the only one that's really worth being on here is going to be the big green one. Now, there's been several
Is that your
people...
number 7?
Number 7.
Okay.
There's been several big green ones on the screen. And there's still fans of a bodybuilder that didn't make it to this list. But I'm going with... This person plays both versions of this character. And so this person was able to play the nerdy intellectual version and was also able to play the big freaky crazy part. And does a great job when the two characters are meshed together. And that is Mark Ruffalo as the Incredible Hulk. We had Edward Norton, we had...
Eric Bana.
We had Eric Bana, who I think is a fabulous actor. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen Troy, I think everybody needs to see freaking Troy.
Hulk was hard.
Oh, this movie.
Because Hulk pops up on my list too, and I had trouble, like, there's a lot of Hulks. There's a lot of good Hulks.
And, you know, when there's been many variations of the character, and that one person just shines through, I think they deserve to definitely be on the list and give the credit. So I definitely, Mark Ruffalo, who was doing like freaking romance comedies before this, underdog, you know, just like Harrison Ford was an underdog when they picked him to play Han Solo in Star Wars. I mean, you just get that right person in there and they can just nail it home. I mean, the way Mark interacts with Robert Downey Jr. and interacted with Chris Hemsworth. I mean, in the first Avengers and Thor Ragnarok, I mean, that stuff's hilarious. It's just great material. Just loved it. Made him come to life. So that's my number 7.
Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is very, very good, and he may pop up on my list later, so I don't want to go too much into it, but it's like, it was really hard picking a Hulk. Because you got Lou Ferrigno's Hulk, which is very iconic, and is just really is classic and sold the character. I did meet the guy, and I talked way too fast. So I when I was talking to him, he was like, I think he was like, I was like, he's got problems hearing, so it was like, I was a pain in the ass. But it was like, it was cool to meet him though.
It's like old as shit though.
Yeah, and but he's like that original. It's hard to top. No, because this is one thing I wrestled with was like, should I put Christopher Reeves on here? Should I put Michael Keaton's Batman on here? And I probably should have. And flame me in the comments by all means. I deserve it. He's going to anyway.
I'm gonna get criticized too. Because I'll be honest, you know, not to spoil, but Michael Keaton did not make the top 10.
Okay.
Christopher Reeves did not make the top 10.
But I feel like they kind of did in a way. That was my problem. It was just like, again, you only gave me 10, and I'm like, only 10? I need hundreds. I need hundreds of choices, and they're all number 1 for me.
Dude, we've only covered 7 people, and we already hit half an hour.
Right, exactly.
Can you imagine if we did more?
Josh and I do 2.5 for our. That's why I wanted. That's why I suggested 2:00 because it was like we're going to need 4 hours. And then I showed up late. And so,
nobody's going to watch that. They'll freaking commit suicide.
Longer content is doing better. Like people are getting.
Shout outs to Rome and shout outs to Miriam Perez.
What's up? But yeah, like longer content is actually becoming more.
Shout outs to Raul
on YouTube. If we're TikTok, we need to do this in like 5 seconds. But we're not hot on it. We're both fat, so we can't be TikTok. TikTok, you gotta be.
I thought that was fans only.
Huh? TikTok's like choice of the younger people now.
Well, yeah, because it's like dancing and like
videos
and stuff.
Exactly,
like
you have to be hot. We're not hot.
Well, I don't think
very
you have
much
to be hot. I've seen a lot of fat, ugly people.
According to Quentin reviews, you got to be hot. You got to be, you know, the hottest.
That's probably what he wants, but I've seen a lot.
The hottest YouTuber is Fayless. We all know it. Anyway, Canada. So anyway, Hulk. Okay, say what you will about the Ang Lee Hulk. that movie, Eric Bana was really good.
I like that movie.
Yeah, okay, good.
I understand that
I give this man so much shit, but like we
I'm
agree on
surprised
certain
you
things.
agree with me on that. I thought you would trash that movie.
Fucking Josh is all like, I got a problem. Fuck him. So,
hey, I don't think there's anyone better to play Absorbing Man than a freaking raging alcoholic, Nick Nolte.
It's like, but I think especially Eric, I like the technical, like the Hulk was a little too Shrekky, a little too bright. But the technical
but the technology wasn't there yet.
But the facial animatronics, a lot of the mocap work, it was like that was really. And Eric Bana sold it, and Eric Bana sold the rage. I really like that. Edward Norton.
Shout out to DJ Reality.
What's up? We had. Audra's watching. Oh, yeah. Guys. Hey, Audra, what's up? Yeah. So what else happened? Edward Norton, I really liked Incredible Hulk. That's like considered the black sheep of freaking like the MCU, and I'm like, I don't know why. And it's like because Iron Man 3 exists, and we've gone on. I don't want to.
That was horrible.
We'll talk forever.
That's
about
another
Iron Man 3.
podcast.
We got to talk about it. Well, no, all three of us. We need to get like Josh up in here and like for Facebook and talk about Iron Man 3. Like just three, just us shouting, "Oh my god!" Just like forever. But anyway, all of them are great. But Mark Ruffalo is the one I've connected with the most. I want him to get his own movie, and I think they're working on it. They're going to be doing like a Hulk versus movie because they can't, or versus Hulk, which would be great because Hulk versus Wolverine and Hulk versus Thor is one of my favorite animated features.
They were good, actually.
Oh, it's really good. I love those. And it's just like, but it's like, yeah, he's the down to earth. It's another character I connect with, and you know more about this personally. It's like this man is Thor, I am Hulk. I think we were talking about Thor Ragnarok, and it was the ending of Thor Ragnarok. I think that like cemented it for me. It's like Thor, Loki, and Valkyrie are talking about. All right, we'll have to destroy Asgard. Everything's cool, just as long as no one. And then he just climbs out and he grabs something and he goes like, and they're like, oh
so
no!
What he was trying to mutter was that the Hulk actually
the Hulk jumping at Surtur and smacking him, and they're like, Hulk, no! A big monster. It's like I identify.
Anybody who knows this guy, that's him.
I identify with the Hulk. I identify with the Hulk a lot, like down to earth and ready. But when I get angry, like and I gotta rein it in.
All right, your number 7.
My number 7. I'm just I've been going on and off about your choice. So my number 7 is not the Hulk, and again, maybe he'll show up later. My number 7 broke his mind, and I'm glad about that. My number 7 is Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, played by Michael Rooker. And this has nothing to do with the fact that I met Michael Rooker twice at conventions. Nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
Let me just say that Michael Rooker is a really awesome, sweet person, and like he found out I was military and gave me a Walking Dead autograph for free, and he fucking rocks. And like that, okay, that might be part of it, but it's like, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 sold me on Yondu. It's just Yondu is like the greatest dad.
Okay, so acting wise, I think Michael did a great job.
He fucking kills it.
I think Yondu is a great character.
He's Mary Poppins, y'all.
I just don't think he's a superhero. I just don't think...
In the end, he was. In the end, he was a hero.
I get that, but I mean, still...
You know why he's a good choice? Just a little cafe on the other side of the border.
I just still don't think he's better than Deadpool. You can't tell me he's better than Deadpool. That was great writing. That wasn't great acting. That part where he
was acting in there? You insulted my man. How dare you?
You insult
Yondu,
Ryan Reynolds.
He can take it. He'll insult me back, dude. Do you have any idea how happy I could die if Ryan Reynolds responds to this and insults us? Do you have any idea? I could just die right then and just I'm done. I have achieved everything I need in life. Ryan Reynolds insulted me as Deadpool. That's it. I'm done. I win. I won life. I beat the game. It's just we're good. Okay, Yondu. Yondu is this tortured, Byronic hero who's like a bad man, but he has a heart of gold.
Shout out to Matthew Kyle.
Yep, Matthew, how you doing? He's the guy. He's been considered a criminal this entire time. He's kind of like he's been on the wrong side of the law for much of his life, but when it counts, he does the right thing. And he actually became the dad that. It's like Quill says at the end of the movie. It's just you look something for your whole life, and then you realize what you wanted was right in front of you the entire time. It's like he realized he had a really cool.
And it was Ryan Reynolds as number 8.
Hmm? Ryan Reynolds is number 8.
Yeah.
What about Ryan Reynolds as number 8?
That's what we wanted our whole entire time.
That's what you wanted.
No,
I wanted a raccoon.
No, garbage.
I can accept that your daddy at number 8 is really awesome. But yeah, I think we should also acknowledge that my talking dog at number 8 is also awesome. I think, Anyway, all I can say is I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
And
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Next is number 6. So we're about to get into some really good acting, actually, with the next ones here. Number 6. This guy has actually done horror, suspense. He's done dramas. He's even played Dick Cheney on the big screen. This guy is one of the greatest actors ever. I'm trying to think of that movie. Was it Warrior that he played in? He was. I mean, this guy was. I did not like.
Good for you.
I did not like the remake.
You're a nice guy.
Did not like the remake of the Ten Commandments,
No.
Exodus, but still,
Fucking lights.
This guy is a phenomenal actor.
He is.
And if the character he played existed today, it would be this guy. And that's Christian Bale's Batman. Just absolutely killed it. Nailed it. Not just did Batman, but also Bruce Wayne. He did both extremely very well. The fighting style, even though it probably was choreographed by someone else. Everything just believable. The physique. Michael Keaton, I think, was probably the best Bruce Wayne. There's other people that say the best Batman was Val Kilmer. I love Val Kilmer, but I don't know about that. Christian Bale was able to do both, and he was just phenomenal. We felt Batman's pain. Other people even say Adam West was the best. From a comic perspective, but I mean, Christian Bale was able to do it in all aspects, and I'd like to say, number 6.
So if you notice, there's a kind of a bias on my list. Is that it's look at that, it's all.
My dear sweet brother Joshi, hello.
Hey Joshua, see you tomorrow, bro.
What up, Frankie?
We did make
Shout
fun
out to Michelle Barber.
Josh, we did make fun of you at some point. I think it's only fair because we've been insulting him.
No, he's been making fun of you.
Okay, but all right, fine. Look, I have to make fun. If you're not on the show, I have to make fun of the person who's not here.
Because he's a backstabbing bastard. That's why.
So
number 6.
I want to talk about yours for a little bit. I want to talk. First of all, let's get out of the way that my list is very Marvel biased, obviously. And obviously, and at this point, kind of Guardians biased. But again,
no shit.
The reason for that, honestly, is again because I felt like I was having a hard time picking again, and I rushed it. I should have taken more time. But I feel again no, DC is great, and
I don't
plenty
care.
Of great,
he says. I think he's always told me that since I was 9. I don't care. It doesn't matter what you do.
We're both pretty. So anyway, but making this list again, I feel like I need a top 100. I feel like I need more because it's I want to acknowledge, Christopher Reeve Superman. I want to acknowledge Adam West. I want to acknowledge all this stuff. But it's just I had to go with what I'm kind of really liking right now. And for me, Marvel's been kind of dominating it. So it's so that's why a lot of my list is going to reflect that. By all means, argue with me and debate and put. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree. I think Christian Bale is number 6. Batman, excellent choice. And you actually just got me thinking about really what is the best Batman. Because everybody that's played him has added something. Even Val Kilmer, even Clooney. God help us, Clooney. God help us, Clooney.
Well, see, the nipples wasn't his fault, but Clooney sucked. Yeah. And even Clooney would tell you himself he sucked.
Josh, this is the Pirate Radio. We're finally doing a podcast with him, but it's also the Bro Show on Facebook.
The Bro Show, the first episode.
He sprung that on me 30 minutes ago. Okay.
No, I told this motherfricker a long time ago I wanted to do this.
I know you. I didn't know you were going to change. I didn't know you were going to change my show.
2 brothers from another mother.
Yeah, that's what I do with him too.
Because he is your brother from another mother.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay, in the comments, should we change
He's my brother from the same mother.
Should we change it to the Bro Show or Pirate Radio? Because I am the Dreadpirate. Arr. I don't. Whatever.
You look nothing like the dude from The Princess Bride.
Doesn't matter, motherfucker.
You don't look like Carrie
Doesn't
Ellis.
matter. I'm former Navy. That's why I'm a pirate. I don't have to be Carrie Ellis.
The former Navy.
Yeah. You look nothing like Abraham Lincoln with the head shaved, but I don't say anything. You look like the Immortal from Invincible, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. So what else happened? The Bro Show, awesome. Okay, we got. All right, I think Josh is for that changing the name. But it was okay. For me, I really would like to pick Kevin Conroy for Batman, but with no animated.
Well, yeah, I said, I think there's enough material to do a podcast on the greatest heroes that are animated.
I think my live action would probably be Michael Keaton. I got to go with Michael Keaton. I love Adam West for being the originator and for comedy. I actually if you watch the old serials with Batman, the guys they had doing that were good too. If you can deal with the wartime racism, it's there. It's Axel Chatham is the bad guy. Plus Eddie is a butt pirate. Okay, good. All right, pirate radio is fine because I'm a butt pirate. Fair enough.
I was holding that back.
Be nice. Anyway, I think Christian Bale's really good. He's really good. I don't know if I would agree that if Batman were real, he would be like that. But I feel like the strength of Christian Bale's Batman is in the performance. I feel like a lot of that. I feel like a lot of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies are very cerebral, and it's very just kind of like almost just a man narrating this crisis he's going through in his life. It's I feel like the fight scenes in Batman Begins aren't that great, whereas they get a lot better in Dark Knight Rises. But it's like,
well, actually, I think the story holds me. I think the fighting in Batman Begins is pretty good from the beginning parts.
Yeah.
If when he was in the prison and those prison brawls, and then when he was a ninja,
that's
and he was fighting with Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, but then when he actually becomes Batman, he's punching people. I'm just kind of they cut away a lot. I'm
I think they kind of skim through it.
It's not terrible, but it's not the best for me. But I feel like you got that fucking Gotham City chase scene in Dark Knight. Where Joker's all right, come on, and he's got the gun.
No, I mean
that's sick.
Batman Begins. Then you go to the Dark Knight. It was just
I guess what I'm trying to say
off the ante, huge.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is good choice. Good choice. I don't like Dark Knight Rises, but I mean it's just I feel like Christian Bale's
Dark Knight Rises.
Love
Dark Knight
Rises. I love Bane though.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh. Gotham is yours.
Did you do your number 6 yet?
I have not done my number 6.
Come on now.
Okay, back to my bias. So my number 6 is Drax the Destroyer.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I think Batista did a better job playing Batista in WWE.
Batista did the best job playing Batista in WWE.
First
of course
all,
he did.
I mean, no against Batista because he
Drax is fucking great.
Into a pretzel. He's funny. Talking about great acting, he's funny.
Yeah, Drax is a dude. Batista is amazing as an actor. Dude,
we're talking about Batista.
All right, no. More jokes about Drax aside. Listen, Blade Runner 2047 is the most boring, awful movie I've ever seen in my life. However, the first 15 minutes with Batista in it is beautiful. That should have been it. That should be a short film. I feel the plight of being a revenant because of him. Batista is not only a great professional wrestler, not only an animated personality, he is a phenomenal actor. And that is why he's my number 6. Drax is both funny and badass, and once again, I feel for him. I love the Guardians.
To me, Drax is full of just comic relief, and it's just...
There's more to it. His whole thing is vengeance. His whole thing is, he's, his family...
He doesn't... And I mean, it could be the script, but he doesn't really, convey a lot of
Well, you're not talking right now, because this is my choice right now, so you gotta shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You can talk in a minute. No, Drax is there's something raw and visceral about it. I love super strength guys. I love that Drax is a strong dude. I love the quirkiness of his alien culture.
That's another thing, and it's not his fault, but I don't think they've shown the super strength of Drax.
But
in the comic book, he picks up giant, huge pieces of land.
It registered with me. It registered he's definitely their strong guy. It's he's definitely.
But you don't see it in the movie.
I saw not the movie you saw.
Stuff that I'm telling you, if you look at Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and you look at Infinity War
I saw a dude with super strength. It registered with me.
To me,
you're not talking right now. I'm not done talking about why Drax is the most awesome character in the world right now. So you gotta.
But he's not, because you put him at number 6.
No,
you put him at number 6.
Doesn't fucking matter. I'm not done talking about Drax. Okay. Let me talk about Drax. He's this warrior character. I like the vengeance quest. There's this Conan quality about him. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And I really I feel for him. I mean, I feel like he's funny, but I also I like the story with him. I like that this man who's basically seeking revenge for those that he lost and becomes a hero as a result and finds a new family. I like watching his journey. I like watching him motivated. I want to kill Ronan the Accuser to, all right, fuck it, I'm going after Thanos now. And now kind of falling in love with Mantis. I love the journey that we've seen him go on. And the comedy. I love the I will jump inside the monster. I actually did that in D&D once. I jumped down the T-Rex's mouth and tried to kill the T-Rex from the inside out in D&D. I survived. I did it. I pulled a Drax. Again, I connect with this character. I am victorious! It's he did nothing. He's he's strong on the inside too. Drax is awesome. Fine. Now make fun of me. Or do you want to we want to talk about this first?
Yeah, let's go to see what Joshi had to say.
Joshua says, Christian Bale was the best live-action Batman so far. The best cinematic Batman is still Kevin Conroy for Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, which was in theaters. He wouldn't let me do animated, Josh.
We're not doing animated.
Bitch. Drax's comic history is long and complicated. He goes through many changes. One of them is what the movie version is based off of. So,
not feeling it.
So, okay. So, if you want to,
number 5.
Okay, let's move on.
We're finally halfway done. 50 minutes into this shit,
dude. This is short for one of my podcasts.
Eddie, I'm sure a lot of people go into comatose states. So, number 5. I don't think they're ever going to be able to replace this person. And if this person did 2 or 3 movies, it might end up being number 1. But
you just made
his time was short, unfortunately. And I'm telling you, to me, this guy brought this character to life. He was better than the comic book. He actually played this character like if this comic book character lived in real life and it was a history movie that we were watching, and that's Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther. Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
This guy made me cry. Yeah. I'm gonna say it in live fucking TV, and this guy made me cry when he was trying to revenge for his father. When this man was fighting for his country. When he was conflicted about what his father did and was morally right, and he was talking to the ancestors when he lost his crown to Killmonger. I mean, this man had me in all kinds of emotions.
I don't really know if I can follow you up on that. Josh points out that's unfortunately true. Rest in power. Wakanda forever. He was Black Panther.
Yes.
It's really what it boils down to. It's he was the character, and he had that.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's not on your list.
Because there's too many choices, dude.
Over the fucking raccoon? Over Drax?
I knew you'd put him on there.
Oh, okay.
I knew you'd put him on. I knew you'd put something a little bit more sensible. Wakanda forever. You'd put something. I knew you'd counter whatever craziness I put on my list. So I know I could put Yondu with impunity.
Number 5.
Yeah, I want to kind of talk more about Chadwick Boseman.
You should have put him on your list.
You did it. I was going to use this as a talking point, but it was. Just, I feel like you kind of summed it up. It was a powerful performance. It meant for a lot for many people.
Did they give him the Oscar?
I don't know if they did.
Josh,
did they give him the Oscar?
Josh, do you know? Did they give him the Oscar?
Josh will get back to us. But I mean, it's that performance is gonna become classic now, and it's just he's a fun, great character that means a lot to a lot of people, probably more than I could possibly personally realize. But he's great, and it's weird because especially as one of the first people to die in Infinity War, and it's this is no place to die. He died keeping
no Oscar.
Well, because the Academy's fucking stupid. Yeah, fuck the Academy. But yeah. But this is no place to die. He dies saving General Okie, which I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but it's
no, it is.
And then he just goes, and it was one of the deaths that kind of hit me the hardest. So right when it happened, he's gone, and then it was so much more triumphant when he comes back. When he comes back, and he's one of the first people to pop out in Endgame. It
was beautiful.
Aside from Falcon, on your left, this is true. Okay, my number 5. Finally, we're getting into things that were making his head not hurt. My number 5 is Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman.
deserves a higher spot, but go ahead, Eddie. Take it away.
Now, the problem.
Fantastic choice, by the way.
The reason
Fantastic choice.
The reason why Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is not higher on my list is because he's now P.T. Barnum, and I can't not think of Hugh Jackman except dancing. So I mean that's the thing. But it's like, yeah, I mean, Hugh Jackman has owned it for like 20 years now as Wolverine. It's like, I mean, like for me, like probably. My favorite Wolverine will probably always be the animated version, the X-Men animated show version. Like, we get him and we shred him. But he's in terms of live action, like Hugh Jackman has owned the character, and we've seen so many. The X-Men movies have really just been about him, more or less, and his journey dealing with the Weapon X program, finding a family in the X-Men, dealing with the complex issues that mutants have to deal with, like in terms of Magneto doctrine versus how humanity responds to them, and we just watched him on this journey of him being a badass, him being a romantic lead that we feel for, of him being funny and goofy, and I think it all culminated together for me with Logan, where it's that just kind of this warrior who's lived a long life. Had many battles that, like, kind of in the end, like, what is it all for? And he had one last mission he had to go on, which was to take care of his daughter. And I'll echo Honest Trailers. What they pointed out is, like, this all was kind of set up in the Wolverine with Yukio saying, when you die, you'll be holding your heart in his hand. And at the end, he was. His heart was X-23. It was Laura. He was holding on to her right at the end. So, powerful performance. It's excellent. Even though I can't really look at Hugh Jackman anymore without seeing dancing. But, that's where he started, more or less. He was more of like musical theater guy. But that's my choice for number 5, is Wolverine.
So
I had to pick something normal.
Next is number 4. This person here did the perfect combination of serious and hilarious. Whereas a lot of the others list, they were either more serious or they were more funny. This person did both flawlessly. And not only that, this person physically transformed themselves into a beast to do these movies. Grew his hair out long. He put on a fat suit in a movie. I mean, this guy did everything you can imagine to bring this character to life. Absolutely phenomenal. I think, again, just like the past two, did better than the comic book. But by a huge margin. And that is Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
And Josh asked me, what is this list? And it's like, this is our top 10 superheroes in film.
Yes.
Live action. No animated.
So live action, you had to be on the big screen to
no
make
B movies.
this list. No B movies, no made for TV movies.
Nothing I want to pick.
No TV shows. Just straight that you've been on the silver screen and just heroes, no bad guys.
Because Josh, obviously I'd put Homelander on the list if we were doing TV shows, because he's obviously the best hero. You still need to see The Boys.
Yeah,
when the baby is not watching it.
Yeah.
So
well, that's the problem. She outlasts me most of the time.
That's true. Starlight. Right. If we were doing TV,
number
Starlight,
4.
if we were doing TV, Starlight would be a good choice. Okay, so you pick Thor.
Yep.
Thor. Josh laughing. If you pick Thor, Thor's a good choice. Thor's a good choice. I'll talk about Thor later because you already. I don't know why I said that. My number 4 is actually Professor Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart.
Which we talked about earlier.
So, I mean, and that's the reason why what did you pick? He was your number 9, right?
He was number 9.
He was not, the reason why he wasn't my number 9 is he's my number 4. It's like, again, I feel like my captain. Make it so. Like Shakespearean level actor, it's like I need to award.
Shout out to Francisco.
Francisco, how you doing? I need to award Patrick Stewart higher on my list than number 9. I can't. No, I got like.
I kind of feel bad putting him at number 9, but I mean, I'm also looking at Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Christian Bale, Chadwick Boseman, but I do respect still Patrick Stewart being at number 4.
You wanted 10. And again, it's just like I need thousands. I need a lot more than 10 to really.
We did this 10 years ago. It wouldn't even been that hard.
Would have been less movies out.
So. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't have been that hard.
Yeah.
But now, I would have did 20 years ago. It would have been easy as hell. Actually, it would have been harder to fill the 10 list.
It was just like Batman and Superman are the best.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's just Christopher Reeve.
My list 20 years ago was Michael Keaton, by the way, number 1.
Right.
It's not even on the list.
Oh, Meteor Man might have gotten on the list if you like, Yeah.
Oh, no.
Josh, you wouldn't let me put Meteor Man on the list. I'm hurt.
He thought Eddie Murphy played Meteor Man.
I didn't know. Who's Robert Townsend?
Exactly.
Who's
Robert Townsend?
I put Robert Townsend. I'm sorry.
All right, so number 3. We're going into the top 3 now.
Yeah, Professor Xavier's awesome.
After an hour, we're at the top 3.
This is still short. We need another hour and a half to go.
Most shows I watch are like 45 minutes.
You're doing a podcast now, brother.
Well,
you better learn to talk for like 45, like 3-4 hours at a time.
Well, dude, you don't shut that. You never shut up. So I mean,
I know you got to keep up. You got to keep up, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Stop farting, God dang it. Yes.
Why are you doing too good?
We're doing a show.
Yeah.
And this is my princess, Xenia.
This is Zenny.
Say hi, everybody.
I knew this would happen. I knew she'd find out about the camera and she'd like.
I only like you, God.
Oh, thank you, baby.
And Mommy.
Oh, yes.
We have 2
definitely
guests
mommy.
today.
So, number 3.
Josh,
This person made me a fan.
Josh appreciates Meteor Man.
Whatever. I'll take Blank Man over Meteor Man.
Blank
Next.
Was that Eddie Murphy?
No, it was David Wayne.
David Williams is Blank Man. Okay, all right.
Okay. So, next, this person actually made me love a comic book character that I really wasn't even a big fan of. So not only was he better than the comic book character, he made me a fan of this guy. I mean, I actually was cool with my daughter saying that that's her boyfriend. That's how freaking good that this guy was. And as a dad, you know that, hey, you don't care how old your daughter is. You don't want to hear, oh, that's my boyfriend, that's my boo. You don't want to hear that crap. This guy was that good. Yes, baby. This guy was that damn good that I just, okay, whatever you say. And that is definitely Chris Evans as Captain America.
Good choice. I'll talk more about him later. So, my number 3 is Mark Ruffalo's Incredible Hulk. So, yeah.
I don't think he deserves to be in the top 3.
I resonate with the Hulk a lot. I had to go with what I love the most and what I appreciate the most. And for me, like, the Hulk is a character that's very tortured and very I just connect with on many levels. So it's just like, and Mark Ruffalo's performance is the one I connect with the most. So just watching him go on this journey, basically being, the shy nerd who's got this rage inside of him.
You're not no shy nerd.
Well, I didn't say I was a shy nerd, but it's I get him. I get him. Okay, Hulk is me. We are Hulk. We are all the Hulk.
You're the Incredible Bulk.
I the problem with that.
Well, I didn't say you got a problem with that. You're in my house, aren't you?
So we're gonna have.
I'm gonna feed you 2 slabs of ribs, aren't I?
2 slabs of ribs. Food. Babutu, the fat god, is pleased with your sacrifice. So, the Hulk is awesome. That's my number 3.
Catch up with your beer, though.
Where is my beer?
I guess you either drank it or my wife threw it away because you let it sit too long.
All right. The Hulk is awesome. That's my number 3. What's your number 2, sir?
Number 2. All right, so Eddie actually mentioned number 2 already, which is I felt that this guy was better than what Eddie put him on the list, and that is
Mango Apricot, Michelob Ultra. Okay.
Ultra is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. So longevity, no one has done as many appearances as Hugh Jackman. So not only did he do the most movies, because he's the James Bond of comic book movies, he was phenomenal in all of them. He was both funny and serious. The physique was down point. Yes, Wolverine's supposed to be a short stature guy, but I'm okay with that with Hugh Jackman. Women loved him. Guys loved him. I mean, he was perfect. I don't know who else is going to fill Wolverine. People are talking about the guy who did Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe's really good.
Yeah, no. They're also
he was Swiss Army Man.
I don't give a crap who he was. He could have been Jesus Christ. I don't care.
We talked about Guns Akimbo a couple weeks ago.
It doesn't matter.
He's already had 2 weapons on his hands.
They're talking about Keanu Reeves' old ass. Hell no. John Wick, I don't give a shit. You cannot replace Hugh Jackman with these people.
You clearly don't appreciate the John Wick movies. So.
It doesn't matter. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, and it's going to be the hardest position to fill.
How about Bruce Campbell?
By far, Bruce Campbell's garbage.
Bruce Campbell's awesome.
You look like Bruce Campbell.
I know.
That's why you're saying that.
Yeah, he's great. Shame on you.
Definitely Wolverine, number 2, Hugh Jackman. At least he had sense to put him on the list.
I'm changing my number 2 to Bruce Campbell. You know, F you, Ash, Evil Dead. Yeah.
No, it doesn't qualify.
Yeah, it does. Superhero.
All right.
He's a hero.
Number 2.
He's a hero. He was in a movie.
Number 2.
Ash from Evil Dead.
Number 2
is my number 2.
That's horrible movies.
It doesn't matter. It's a movie. It doesn't matter. It's a movie.
No, we're talking about comic book movies.
It's a movie. He has comic books.
It doesn't. Because Star Wars would
qualify.
Superhero.
It's a superhero.
No, doesn't qualify.
I just said Star Wars would qualify.
No, I said it.
You're smile list.
Come on, number 2.
You're fat.
You're fat too.
So my number 2.
You're fatter, actually.
Does it mean you're not going to feed me later?
Oh, I'm still going to feed you. I want to see you explode.
All right, I'm just feeling like, this is all just saying like I'm not going to feed you as much. I'm very concerned about that. Number 2. My number 2 is Thor. Chris Hemsworth's Thor. I put him higher on the list. Thor's journey in the MCU is one I very much like, and I very much like watching. And it's kind of interesting how Chris Hemsworth took him in a very serious role initially, and then made him more comedic as time went on, which was kind of I think was kind of what I wanted in the first place. But it's
shout out to Josiel, ¿cómo está, mi hermano?
How you doing? But I mean, it's kind of a story of a guy who was a little too prideful and was made for great things and had to be humbled, which I think we can all relate to, and it's and it's but even then he's a valiant warrior and does the right thing, and it's I think what really sealed Thor for me and how much I loved him was I think Thor Ragnarok and Endgame. I really gravitated towards Fat Thor. I really so if I join you, does that make us Heavy D and the boys? Yes.
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do?
So, but it's I mean, there's something very likable about him. Again, it's that I really like the Hulk Thor relationship. We've talked about this a lot, and I think it's one of the best incarnations because it's this is a character that is literally thousands of years old. But there's just and has been in the comic book form. But there's something about Hemsworth's performance about him that's just very likable. He's been a fish out of water. He's been goofy, but it's there's just something just kind of wonderful and sweet about his version of Thor. He's a warrior, but he's one of the guys. And I think really just Endgame is what did it for me, where he was he killed Thanos, but it was too late, and then he just his life just fell apart. And he became fat, and he played video games all day long, and it just felt like he was meant for great things and didn't quite do it. And it was just something about that just resonated with me. He lost his mom and had to deal with that and had to come to terms with that. And
it's pretty personal.
Yeah, it's very personal, and that's why and then kind of going back to his mom and talking to his mom gave him what he needed to win the day and keep going. And so when it's him, Iron Man, and Captain America right at the end. It's phenomenal, and it's these three are at the forefront fighting Thanos and saving the world. And so
freaking awesome.
So Chris Hemsworth, you're my number 2. Kick ass.
We're up to the last number ones. We're not going to really argue about this.
Ash from Evil Dead. Both of us picked him. That's what the joke
that I would argue about. But according to my brother over here, this is a popular one. I don't know if it is necessarily, but to me,
get closer. You're not in the show.
This person is going to be irreplaceable. Also, I don't know what they're going to do if they ever decide to reboot or remake or whatever. But this person's irreplaceable. Again, better than the comic book. The perfect balance of drama and humor. This guy also had me crying at the end. Me and my wife were crying together. I mean, just great. I love watching everything about him. I mean, the first movie came out wasn't even that good. He carried the movie. He kind of carried the second movie. The third one was garbage, but he made it watchable. Definitely is one of the best things to watch in Avengers 1, 2, and Endgame obviously steals the show at the very end. It's Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man.
I agree pretty much 100%. It's not my pick, but it's yeah, and I think
I just can't believe you didn't put this guy on your list at all.
I knew you
put Dave Bautista on there. You put freaking Rocket Raccoon on there.
Let's just all talk about.
You can't put Iron Man on there.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have been happy if you put Nick Fury on there.
Let's just all talk about the same characters. I knew you were going to talk about them anyway, so I figured I didn't have to put them on there. So that's what. But like
what top 10 list and not top 20 list.
For every reason he listed, Iron Man is a great choice. Robert Downey Jr.'s performance as Iron Man is iconic and beautiful and awesome, and I totally get why everybody digs it, and I dig it, and especially Endgame, everything you said about Endgame, yeah, fuck yeah. But me personally, there's one guy that does it for me more, and that's my pick, which is Captain America. Chris Evans is Captain America.
I'm not arguing. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's just something about Cap just kind of resonated with me, starting with, I think, Winter Soldier. And it kind of made me like go back and look at the first Adventure.
Winter Soldier was so damn good.
Winter Soldier is very good. I think it kind of made me go back and appreciate the Captain America, the first Avenger more. It's such a transformation, like seeing him like play the Human Torch in the bad Fantastic Four movies, the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies, and then like coming like where he was just kind of this goofy ladies man, and then he's just acting wise, he plays this good guy who just doesn't have physically what it takes to be a hero, but he's got the heart, and that's what matters. And especially I think in Winter Soldier, you have this awesome spy thriller where it's all about shifting alliances and like doing bad for the right reasons, or like how far do you go? How far do you is doing something illicit okay if it's in service of the greater good? And you have like someone like Black Widow who's like so torn about it, and then you just have Cap, who's just a good guy from a different age, who's like, no, fuck this. No, we're gonna do the right thing. I'm blowing this whole thing up. It's like Cap elevates everybody around him. He like part of the reason why I shipped Cap and like Black Widow so hard was because just like the chemistry between they had together in Winter Soldier, where it's just like he kind of elevates her. He kind of gives her like, you know, she's torn whether or not like you know, what she's been doing for is a lie. She was doing this to get better, and he kind of brings her back. He's the guy that in Age of Ultron is like, I don't know, like she's like, I don't know if we can save everybody. I don't know, maybe we have to blow up Sokovia. And he's like, no, we're not doing that. We're saving everybody. We're saving the world. We're saving all the people. And that's what we're doing. It's like, all right, I Captain. He elevates everybody to that. In the end, he's the guy like he's the guy who really got the ball rolling and whooping Thanos' ass. Is like he picked up the hammer. He was worthy.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and Thor's like, I fucking knew it. And
awesome.
just leading the charge at the end with all the heroes, with everyone, all the
It was the only guy that could pull that off and say Avengers Assemble and not look corny.
Right, Avengers Assemble. Boom. And you have this epic sci-fi Lord of the Rings charge. And I think the thing that sealed it for me is the ending, is he finally got that dance. He went back, he went home, he finally got Peggy again. And it something about that, it gets me in the feels. It's like, it's got to be Cap. Part of the reason why I think I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier so much is like that philosophy that Zemo like talks about is like it accentuates who you are. How many people are Steve Rogers? It's like he's the one and the only. He's the only person who can play it. Not that he is the only person we played it, and Josh and I talked about this, how Mark Salinger played him, and Red Brown played him. Red Brown's awesome. These are good lists. Good job. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, Captain America. Yeah, so it's like that's my pick. So that's I think a pretty good top 10.
Well, I think that concludes this episode.
I'm glad we all agree that Rocket Raccoon is a better character than Deadpool, and that his list is crap. and my list is the best. No, I'm kidding. I knew
This list wasn't that bad. I mean,
I figured I would give something a little bit different. I figured you'd have, like, again, everything you said, I pretty much agree with. It's like, yeah, good list. And I just, I figured I'd make it a little more colorful.
So definitely this show is going to be about shit that us bros, like, usually spin around and talk about and, you know, put on air because I would like to hear what other, you know, guys just want to sit around and talk shit about and drink.
Basically.
So,
I would say mine, but you guys are
done. We'll do the villains next.
Yeah. Josh is saying I would say mine, but you guys are done. Future episode. So Josh and I will be on tomorrow for Invincible talk. So tune in then, and I need to get off my ass and actually start uploading some things. This is going to go to Facebook first before it goes to YouTube. But yeah, this is the Dreadpirate, and this is JP. Hope you all had fun, and yeah.
Well, you know me, Facebook, Lucero Mundo, out.
Yeah, catch you later.